Hi everybody, welcome back to the farmhouse today. If you're new here, I'm Missy and I write the blog ramblingrosefarmhouse.com, and I'm happy to have you here with me today. So today the video I want to do for you is kind of like a vintage finds video because I am going to show you some new vintage items that I got. But the difference is that I didn't technically go out and buy them, even though I might have found them. But they were given to me as gifts, as Christmas gifts from my family. So I only have 3 items to share with you today. 2 of them were given to me by my oldest son and his wife and daughter. And then the 3rd one was given to me by my husband. And so anyway, I just thought they might be something that you would be interested in seeing. And they all 3 of these items have a story that goes along with them. So I wanted to share the story with you too. So I hope that won't bore you too much. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share the story with you. So let me grab it. So one of the things that they got me is this awesome old first aid box. So it has little hooks, like our little places on the back that you can hang this on the wall. And it opens like this. And then on the inside, it's got like the original sticker that tells you how to do all sorts of different, first aid things. What to do for burns, what to do for cuts, how to resuscitate somebody, just all sorts of things like that. And the story behind this box is that back in the summer, I saw this at the antique mall where I have a booth. And I saw it. I really liked it. I just thought it was, the neatest thing. And we use essential oils at our house. And we kind of consider those our first aid things because they're usually the first thing we go to use for whatever ailment we have. And I just thought this box would be really neat to keep essential oils in because it said first aid on the front of it. And so I just thought it was really neat, but I didn't purchase it. And the reason I didn't is because I'm really practicing not making impulse purchases. So I really try to give myself a little bit of time to think about it and decide whether it's really something I want to get or not. Because I can say that in the past I might have been more of an impulse buyer, but I'm doing better. But what I'll do now is for something like this, I'll measure it, and so I can go home and make sure that I have a place that'll fit, that I can use it, and I'll take pictures of it. And that way, when I get home, I can look at the pictures, I can look at the measurements, and decide whether it's really going to work for me. So what happened with this is, and let me just say, I only do that if it's at a place that's close to home. If this was like far off someplace that I would have to, spend a lot of time and then money to go back and get an item, I don't do that. I'll make up my mind while I'm there and I'll get it. But this was just like 10 minutes away from my house, and so, it's easy for me to go back and get it. But anyway, so I took pictures of it and all that. Well, right after that, they came over, my daughter-in-law and son came over for something, and we were here and we were talking oils, and I was like, oh, look at this cool cabinet I found, and I was thinking I could do this with it, and I had the pictures and I was showing them the pictures, and they liked it and they thought it was a really good idea too. And so while I was showing them the pictures, I decided, okay, yes, I really do like this, I really want it, I am gonna go and get it. So a few days later, went back down there, went to get it, and guess what? It was gone. Somebody bought it. And I'm always bummed out if that happens, but that is part of the not buying it, the first time you see it kind of thing. Because with vintage items, they're one of a kind. If that item sells, you can't just get another one off the shelf. So I was disappointed, but that's just the way it is. So I have to say that I was very shocked when I opened a box at Christmas time and this little first aid cabinet was in there. So my daughter-in-law had gone down to the store and searched through the whole antique mall. It's a really big mall with a lot of vendors, and she knew what it looked like, but she didn't have a picture of it, so she couldn't show it to anybody, you know, else to get them to help her look for it. So she had to look for it, and she found it and bought it, and has had it ever since the summer for me. So I was really surprised when I opened this and really excited, and so I love it. And so let me show you the other thing. So this also was a gift from my son and his wife and little girl. And this one, we were all back in October. We had all gone on a camping trip together, and we were in a big, huge flea market in Mississippi. So it's in a whole nother state away from us, you know, I think like about 5 hours away from where we live. Not a place you think about it and you go back to. You make up your mind what you want and you get it while you're there. But anyway, so he had told me, or they had told me, that they were looking for a cast iron waffle iron. So I'm walking through the store and I see this awesome cast iron waffle iron, and this is it right here. So it is really nice. I mean, it's very old, but it is in such good shape. It looks like it's brand new. It's got the really awesome base with the handle, the fancy little handle to pick it up by. And you know, it's a low base. Some of these are on a real tall base, but this is a low one, and it's just really pretty. Like, I just thought this was really pretty. And then, you know, the actual waffle iron itself is just in really good condition and just really nice. So I saw it and I brought him over there to look at it, and I told him, like, if you want a waffle iron, you should get this one. It's a really good price. Now, it wasn't cheap, because these things are not cheap, but for the brand it is and the condition it's in, it was a really good price, because I had never seen one of this brand in this condition nearly this cheap, you know, before. But like I said, it wasn't cheap, it was still expensive. It was an investment. So I showed it to them and I said, you know, if y'all are looking for a waffle iron, you ought to get this one. Like, this one's awesome and you ought to get it. Well, they looked at it and they said, well, I don't know, you know, we're gonna think about it. Okay, that was it. So later on, while we're shopping, you know, I asked them, well, what did y'all decide? They said, we decided we're not gonna get it. It's, you know, we don't really want it, we're not gonna get it. So I said, okay. Well, the more I thought about it, the more I thought, you know, that's an awesome waffle iron. I'm gonna get it. If they don't want it, I'm gonna get it. So I went back, picked it up, put it in my cart. I'm walking through the store, and at this point, like, I'm pretty excited because I really like this thing, and you know, wow, I'm gonna get it. It's a really good deal. I've never seen one for, you know, this inexpensive before, so I'm pretty happy. Well, they come up to me and they say, we changed our mind. We decided we want to get the waffle iron. So it was like, okay, well, I want to get the waffle iron. No, we want to get the waffle iron. So I said, okay, that's fine. Y'all can get the waffle iron. So I tried to act happy about it, but I was a little bit disappointed. But you know, I did like show it to them first, and I really wanted them to get it because they wanted a waffle iron. So they did. They got it, and you can only imagine how surprised I was when I opened up this box and the waffle iron was what was in the box. So they bought it for me for Christmas. I was speechless, honestly. I still am when I think about it, because I'm just so surprised that they got me two awesome vintage items. I mean, of course they know I love vintage, but they got me these two awesome vintage items, and they knew I was gonna love them because they knew I wanted them. And so it was just really sweet of them to do that. And like I said, I'm still speechless when I think about it. I just think it was the sweetest thing ever. So, if y'all are watching this video, thank you for my gifts. I really love them. So, I have one more thing to show you, and it is this cast iron kettle. It's kind of heavy because it has water in it. So, you know that we have a wood burning heater, which is in our keeping area right off of our kitchen. It's where we live in the winter. Everybody lives around the wood stove, and that is because we live in an old house that was built in the 1800s, and I can tell you that old houses in the South were not made to stay warm. They were made to stay cool. So they were designed to stay cool in the hot summer months, which means they get really cold in the cold winter months. And without the wood fire, you just can't get warm. So anyway, we live around this wood fire, and we used to have a some kind of cast iron. I don't remember if it was a kettle. I don't remember what it was, but we used to have something that we kept on there with water in it just to put humidity into the air. And something happened to it. I think it got cracked and we had to throw it out. So last week we had gone to the same antique mall where my booth is to put some things in my booth. And we were walking around and I saw this old kettle, and I just think it was really neat. And I showed it to my husband, and he said, like, what would you do with that? And I said, well, we'd put it on the heater with water in it, you know, like we used to have, and all that. And he really didn't act very impressed. But, you know, he said, yeah, maybe, I don't know, we'll think about it. So I said, okay, we left, and I really didn't even think about it again until a few days later. He came walking in with this kettle to surprise me. And so I was really surprised, and it's a really neat thing. Now, we had agreed not to get each other Christmas gifts this year. We did the same thing last year. Last year we did a house renovation project, and that was like our Christmas gift, you know, to each other. And same thing this year. This year, right before Thanksgiving, we started totally redoing our front porch that needed a lot of work done to it. And so that was our Christmas gift to each other this year, was that porch renovation project. So I didn't get him anything, and I was really surprised when he went back and got this kettle and gave it to me as a gift. So anyway, that's the story between my 3 vintage gifts that I was given. I hope that you enjoyed the stories. I hope you enjoyed seeing the vintage items. So now I have to learn how to make waffles in my cast iron waffle maker. So that's going to be a new project that I have going on pretty soon here. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I make a new video every week, and I would love to see you back again. And next week, I'll just tell you, I am going to be doing a Valentine project. So it's something that you could use to decorate your house with for Valentine's Day. It kind of still, to me, it still goes with the vintage farmhouse style that I like so much. But it's fun. I've been working on it, and I've been having a good time doing it. So I look forward to sharing that with y'all next week. So be sure and come back and see what that is. And again, thank you for being here today, and I hope to see you back again next week.